Welcome to the bold analysis. The system is deeply infiltrated, and the revelation Raila Odinga is making here is clearly from an informed point of view.
The cost of living has gone up. The people of Kenya are suffering. Gharama maisha imepanda. Punda si amechoka, punda ameanguka. Si punda ameanguka. Si punda ameanguka. Lakini tumesema juzi bwana Ruto aliongea katika bunge. Akaongea juu ya hali ya uchumi katika taifa letu. Mingi yale alisema yote ilikuwa ni uongo tupu. Pengine yeye na sijui kama yeye alikuwa anafikiri Wakenya wanaishi katika kule mbinguni, kule katika ile nyota inaitwa sijui ni Mars. Manake yale yote ambayo alisema yalikuwa ni uongo tupu. Anasema gharama ya maisha imerudi chini, bei ya unga imerudi chini. Imerudi chini. Gorogoro je? Gorogoro je? Sasa nimesema moja ya sababu ya hali ya maisha kukua ngumu ni bei ya mafuta. Bei ya mafuta ya petroli. Juzi bwana Churchill ametangaza ati sasa bei ya mafuta itakuwa shilingi 300 kwa lita. Ati kwa sababu ya vita kule Israel na Palestina. Lakini wiki hii Jumatatu Rais Suluhu wa Tanzania ametangaza kushushwa kwa bei ya mafuta kule Tanzania. Na amesema kwa sababu ya ile vita ya Israel na Palestina, gharama ya bei ya mafuta imerudi chini. Watanzania wamerudisha bei ya mafuta chini na shilingi 30 kwa lita ya Kenya. Naona hiyo. Soko gani ambaye bwana Churchill ananunua na Watanzania wananunua kwa soko gani? Si soko ni moja. Si soko ni moja. Mimi nataka kuambia nyinyi. Bwana Museveni amesema sasa yeye atawacha kupitisha mafuta yake hapa Kenya. Amesema atawacha kwa sababu gani? Amesema they do not want to pay Kenyan corruption. To pay because bwana Ruto alisema ametoa makampuni ya mafuta kununua mafuta kutoka ngambo. Anafanya kitu kinaitwa G2G, at government to government. Kenya government is now buying oil from Saudi Arabia na serikali ya Emirates. Sasa lakini hiyo ni njama ya kunyanyasa wa Kenya. Hiyo bei ambayo wanauza hii mafuta katika kila lita wameweka 30 juu. Each and every liter of oil which they are selling, they are eating 30 shillings. They have loaded 30 shillings in each and every liter. That is to say, if 1 liter is costing 217 shillings, it should cost 187 shillings. Museveni amesema hataki kufanya nini? Kugharamia ufisadi ya Wakenya. He does not want to subsidize Kenyan corruption. And that's why amesema anakwenda Dar es Salaam kupitia mafuta kutoka Tanzania. Je, hii ni sawa sawa? Hii ni sawa sawa? Hiyo ninasema tumefanya uchunguzi na wiki ijayo mtatoboa. Mtatoboa. Hello? 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 Serikali majukui. Niwa wacho ni jogo kinyali nyano. Kinina kosa tamogi. Kinina ko tamogi koso. Okuneno. Pile kagubiro kanyo no dia miradi makama, ni kandarasi dhida jokama. Beoseno kagibiro. Kagibiro. Mr. Ruto no ni Mr. Abro timo jothurwa. Jothurwa. Adwan mondo uchung' motegno. Uchung' motegno. Uikru jothurwa. Uikru. Omiyo sani adwan utimo gimiluongo ni registration. To kwa yawo wege manyien ni to walando weche mopogore. Jothurwa winjo maber. Jothurwa. Winjo maber.
That electrifying statement Raila made while speaking in Siaya during the launch of grassroots registration drive of the ODM party. And that statement, I have actually listened to that video more than thrice, just to get the gist and the tone of what is there. And in it, something he's saying is that I am going to reveal more next week. When you see a rejuvenated Raila saying, I'm going to drop more bombshell, believe me that is something that is coming. And why am I taking interest? Recently, one of the convicts that was acquitted in the NYS scandal actually came out and conducted an interview saying that the reason why he was fixed in the NYS scandal is because in the 2014, the government system by then believed he was feeding Raila Odinga government secrets. I know that there have been an attempt to ring fence the leakage of some high-profile secrets to the opposition wing because that would embolden them. But it seems the current G2G deal that is making faces to roll is something that is not going to be easily be a state secret. He has said, I'm going to speak more while responding to that. And you know, he's going to answer some very pertinent, he's tried to answer some very pertinent questions on why the cost of fuel in Tanzania has gone down by almost 60 shillings compared to the Kenyan side. And also the other one on Uganda. So it has actually opened, it actually given us a different outlook in terms of what is expected. Raila Odinga is not in government. And those in government now were appointed by William Ruto, and there are also other state servants that worked under Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But as Raila was making that statement, I listened to a soundbite from Ombeta talking about some person that is linked to some oil. You know, let me just get to that story. There is some oil consignment that arrived in this country from the Dubai. I think it's part of the Dubai deal. And immediately the oil arrived here. I think it is 100,000 liters or something. The person who imported them faced a backlash when some 2 other companies went and claimed that the oil that was imported belonged to them, or rather it was imported on their behalf. What does that mean? Under the G2G deal, we gave 3 companies in this country to import the oil and sell to the other 96 oil marketing companies. But it seems someone imported, and after the consignment arrived in Mombasa, then some companies came claiming it theirs. So the said business person, I would not want to profile him or her, was told to write a statement at the DCI. And according to Mbeta, after writing that statement, she went missing. And the family are now trying to find her way. Things are happening in this country, and of course, I know well that sometimes I don't believe, there is no way a Kenyan, like someone being linked to such a high profile business like in billions, can just go missing. There's no way. I don't think it's something realistic. But I was just still giving a snippet, a story within a story, and just to show you how we are in a mess. Now, straight, why is the system porous? Because this is an attempt. There is one indication, there is one factor we cannot run away from. That if Raila knows anything about Kenya Kwanza, then that information is coming from Kenya Kwanza. For the last 14 months, there have been an attempt to push Raila Odinga to the periphery and to ensure that whatever happens in Kenya Kwanza remain within those ranks. And by then, one of the reasons, I think I was just talking to some experienced security expert who was telling me, governance expert who was telling me, that most graft cases do not get to the logical conclusion because the political class is hands-on on them. The reason why they're hands-on on them is not because they don't want justice, but because they normally paint government they destroy the image of the government. So that's being one of them. But also some people that maybe are involved are also politically connected. And so I want to explain the 4 reasons why Ruto system has been penetrated. And if Raila is going to give us a bombshell, that bombshell will come from Kenya Kwanza. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our video. Thank you very much for supporting our podcasts and our charity programs. Tomorrow on Sunday, or now this Sunday, because I'm already shooting it on this Sunday, we are going to donate the 5 wheelchairs that we purchased and we fundraised to the children that, as we had announced. So of course we'll give a full report of the photos and the image of the videos later on. Now, asanteni sana for supporting those children. Now, why? The corruption syndicate is actually fighting back. What's happening? I had the privilege of working in a giant media house and working in another small station. So there are some stories that they get to, especially graft stories, they get to the newsroom. But when they get to the newsroom, there is a lot of fact checking you need to do before you run such a story. Before you even write an article about a story, you will spend a whole month or 2 months just doing fact checking on, because otherwise you will face some defamation. So what happens here is, you either choose to give it to opposition or give it to the media. Now, politicians will tend to deliver to opposition because Raila Odinga can make a statement, and while it will have a political tag around it, but he's not most likely going to be asked many questions or even going to be profiled. So what I'm seeing, there are some characters or there are some forces that are feeling the echoes of betrayal. And this betrayal could be, I was given this deal and someone is now running away from me, or I was to be given this job and I'm not now getting it, or I was supposed to do this and it's not now being done to me. It's that betrayal. And it's because now these people must find a way of fighting back. And they reach at a point where you don't have any other person to go to. If you have a story, you only have 2 areas, 2 places you will take them. You'll either take it to the media or take it to the opposition if you want to put government on check. So I am feeling that that is an element. People rushing at night to feed Raila with exactly what's happening. And of course, technically to feed the opposition. And that is why Raila will always be bold. He will say it, utamfanya nini, Number 2, Uhuru loyalists are changing loyalty. What do I mean? Of course, we had settled a debate that whether you voted for William Ruto or you voted for Raila Odinga and you are in government, you must align yourself and you owe loyalty to William Ruto. But that loyalty also comes at a cost. And that loyalty is only there, it's temporary. When do you think Uhuru loyalists will actually change their loyalty from William Ruto? Probably profiling. Or better still, there are situations where you feel something is wrong. Something is wrong. Recently, Kenyans were asking, why are we being told things are bad, but those who are inside cannot leave? So maybe they had a perception, when things change, they also had a perception that we have the President Ruto, and so things are going to be different. And that is one thing I can attribute to that leakage. Because at the end of the day, you realize that if I don't speak out, then I'm going to do a disservice to the country. The other third aspect that I can see is the trend of state officers coming out bold to say this is wrong. 2, now 3. The other day, Alfred Mutua said KRA are getting it wrong at JKA. And control of budget was also faulting the treasury for exaggeration of some figures. And even at the UDA party ranks, the leaders during the parliamentary group meeting in State House confronted William Ruto that the taxation regime is unbearable. So with that trend of people coming out of their comfort zone to speak, I believe very well that it can be a way to make their way to understand what's going on. The third aspect is the inner kitchen is choking. The pressure is choking. There could be pressure. And to relieve that pressure, sometimes you need information to get out there so that you are relaxed. If you can have something, something, and you believe if it is already known, probably investigation will start, and as the investigation starts, you might even relax, because at the end of the day, you are put like you should not say, but you believe if you say it, maybe you are going to be relieved. Investigation starts and then fighting back. There are also those who are looking for political network outside government, because the truth of the matter here is politicians, there are those who are getting at government, they have some plum positions, but they're politicians. So with the political ambition, those who want to be MPs and MCAs and get their positions, they also need that while I work for Kenya Kwanza, but I can associate with the ODM leader, I can associate with Raila Odinga at another level. And this happened, I remember during Uhuru Kenyatta, during Uhuru Ruto reign, I understand that there was a clique of cabinet members that used to report deputy president to the president. And Uhuru would call president or deputy president and ask about this and that, and Ruto would really get his way through it. And there are those who are even in Uhuru Kenyatta's cabinet, but who are feeding William Ruto what's going on. So this is something that is possible, because someone also want to associate politically. There are some areas, and I just want to use a very good example. In Kilifi, there is no way that Aisha Jumwa is going to get a political seat if she doesn't vie through ODM. In Busia, it's not going to be very easy to get a big seat, governor, senate, women rep, outside the ODM shed. So people also have to be very strategic, and there are those who are scheming for political positions. Maybe Raila is also getting this, using this as a scheme to ensure that he does the opposition, puts the government on check, and that, of course, gives some money. Thank you. I want to read your feedback. What do you think? Why do you think the Ruto system is now porous? Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. This is the northern part of the coastal northern coast, and I am live at the Uzuri coastal apartment. I want to show you a B&B. I know this is now a holiday season, and most of us are coming in the country. You also want to spend some time in the coastal area, and of course, this is the best place. It is very convenient, and I want to show you so that we do a house tour. You know what exactly is inside and how it looks like, so that you can really be in a position to make a good decision. It is a very good partnership between the Bold podcast and the Uzuri coastal apartment here in the coast. Asante, let's go. Yes, so when you come, this is the house. This is the beautiful sitting room, or rather the living room. This is your dining. So, you know, like in these rooms, when you come, you're supposed to be able to prepare food, or even without that, you can still get someone a cook to serve you. And this will be your dining. Then, so on this other end is the kitchen. So the kitchen is very big. This is where you cook. So, and it's very comfortable because when you cook, the smoke that is coming is being absorbed by this. Then this is where you can keep your stuff. This is a microwave, and even you also have a fridge on this other end. So it's a very comfortable place. So before even I show you the other side of the living room, here is a door where you can, you know, when you are here and you want to freshen up, you can just come out here. You can do your laundry around this place. It's a very serene space, guys. You can do your laundry here. You can also just rest and just around the balcony, as you have a very good view of the place. And by the way, as your cameraman is showing you, you see the place is quite an amazing space, and you can take a very good view. So even standing here or being around this place is quite a very interesting scenery. So this is what is it? So let's go back inside so that we give you the other bit of it. Yes. So these are your sofa sets. This is where you can relax. So you make yourself comfortable here. If you can look at it, these are the chair, and then the TV set. So it's a place you can. I promise you, this is a place that you really loved. I've been here for the last a few. I think I spent my night here, and it's quite amazing. It's quite an amazing place. So I want to show you the other spaces, but this is literally what that living room looks like. You really love it. So let's go. Now, the other place I want you to see, this is the dispenser. Yeah, this is the dispenser, and they have Wi-Fi. So you should not even worry about your internet, and I've used it. It's quite very fast. So you can be able to run your errands if you want to work online, you want to just keep up, and you also want to watch the Bold podcast, you'll be able to get that. So on this end is now double bed. This looks amazingly beautiful. I'm telling you, this is good. You know, this is a place that sometimes kwa maisha pia unajitibu. You just pia unazoea hii, you get used to this one. It's quite good space. And then I've realized, by the guys, the cost is a bit hot. I don't know, relatively hot. And when you get into this spaces, it's quite good. This is the double bed. So if you're a couple, you can organize yourself here. Now this is where you can keep your stuff. See, it's your wardrobe. It's amazing. It's open. Then here, the ventilation is there. And you see the fan, so you can organize yourself, and then it will on. With that, you can get your fresh air, and you will be amazing. So this is our war show, and this is